you. I'm joined now by Susan Del Percio, Republican strategist and senior advisor for the Lincoln Project. Michael Starr Hopkins also with me. Michael Starr Hopkins, founding partner of Northern Star Strategies. He also worked on the Obama and Hillary Clinton presidential campaigns. Thanks for waking up early, both of you. Susan, I'll start with you. Joe Biden's lead there in Pennsylvania, it is growing. The Washington Post reports, quote, advisors urge Trump to prepare for defeat, but maybe without a concession speech. Based on what we've seen over the last 4 years, even before that, arguably, Susan, do you expect that this is a president who's just going to accept a loss by January and make some sort of speech acknowledging that?
No, absolutely not. This president has broken all the norms. He is not gracious. He's shown that he doesn't care about the basic pillars of our democracy by all his outrageous comments over the last couple of days. So I absolutely do not expect him to be gracious or do the right thing for the nation. He will continue to fight and tweet and yell and scream until it's over. And he just doesn't care about what that means for the country. He doesn't understand of what it means to have a peaceful transfer of power, what it means to do the transition committee, how to work with the incoming president. He doesn't care. So, of course, I expect nothing different. As a matter of fact, I expect it to get even uglier.
How can it get uglier?
You know what? The next 74 days between today and Inauguration Day, who knows what executive orders Donald Trump can write out, actions he can take against people. I don't know, but all I know is when you think you know the worst of what Donald Trump can do, he tops it.
Michael, in Georgia, meanwhile, there's this poll worker in Fulton County who had to go into hiding after being harassed online because of some false claims. He was apparently accused of crumpling up an absentee ballot. The county's director of registration and elections addressed the accusation during a press conference Friday evening. Here's what they said.
It's been questioned whether the poll worker featured in the video was discarding one of those ballots. The answer is no, undeniably no. At no time was the poll worker able to extract a ballot. I operated one of those machines. The only thing you do at that station is separating the envelopes and cutting them.
Michael Starr Hopkins, how do we get to a point where volunteer poll workers are being harassed?
This is the problem with the disinformation that's coming not just from the White House, but from a lot of the right-wing social media circles. It's putting people's lives in danger. We've seen this before. We saw this with, some of the content that was coming out during the protests during the summer. We've seen the same content coming out about coronavirus, and it's corrosive to our social structure. And so what we need is some kind of response other than just the government. We need Republicans to come out and, really rein in the disinformation and rein in kind of the disorganization we're seeing coming from the White House and from the right wing.
Michael, NBC News has not called this race. Joe Biden's still sitting at 253 electoral votes. That being said, you tweeted overnight in response to Mr. Biden's address on the Friday night. Tonight was the night that Joe Biden became president. This is a victory speech. What was it about that speech that stood out to you so much?
It was the first time in 4 years that I felt like we could have some hope again, that the country was going to get back to the business of actually legislating and reaching across the aisle and being America again. And I think that that's something we've really lost. I know a lot of Democrats were upset on Tuesday evening and they thought that, we hadn't performed as well as we should have. But at the end of the day, Democrats are going to be in charge again of the education department, the labor department, Homeland Security, all these institutions that can really do good again. And so I think that that's something that all Americans should have hope in and faith in and be ready to just get back to being the country that we know and love.
Susan, no public appearances from the president since his news conference on Thursday. He has, of course, been very active on Twitter. Do you expect that we'll see him soon, and what do you make of that strategy?
Well, I think after his appearance when he held a absurd press conference the other day, he was so panned for it, and people around him know this is over. And they also have to go forward with their lives. The other thing is he doesn't have a very good legal team put together yet for all of these legal fights that he says he's ready to do. I think he is just trying to get his head around the fact that he has lost this. And to Michael's comment about Joe Biden, I'd just like to say, I thought that was a great speech because it was so measured. He didn't take a victory lap. He gave us a chance to say we can come together as a nation and I will be responsible. And that was a really important point on such an important evening.
We're going to leave it there. Susan Del Percio, Michael Starr Hopkins. Good to see both of you, even if it is at 6 a.m. on a Saturday morning. Thank you so much for watching this special edition of MSNBC Live. I'm Craig Melvin. Be sure to catch a special